Okay, everything is working.
You did that last time.
I did, and you started the episode with that. That was funny. Like, that's a good cold open where you just start with something you don't know what's going on. I did not remember doing that.
Jim Carrey and Liar Liar.
The proposal is simply this. Very funny, Fletcher. You want to play hardball? I'm game. You want to play hardball? I'm game. I love that part so much.
Honorable.
Well, I had a bad sexual
Your Honor, I really like a continuance. Do you have a good reason? No.
No, Your Honor.
What does he say?
No, he just says no. I had a bad sexual episode last night. Well, you're young. It'll happen more and more. Would the court be willing to issue me a short bathroom break? Can it wait? Yes, it can. But I heard if you hold it, it'll be...
It's really difficult to get aroused.
Well, if that's true, I better excuse myself. We'll take a 10-minute recess. We'll meet back in here. Dude, Jim Carrey, man.
How much do you weigh? 130 pounds. Yeah, in your bra.
I wish that movie had a sequel. I love that movie.
No place like
no such thing as a weaker sex.
A weaker sex.
Wake up, sister.
Oh man,
I can't tell.
I can't tell if I should mount it or put it up on the wall.
Or bury it alive.
Bury it alive or put it up on the wall.
Oh, liar.
Do Simmons.
Simmons is old. He should have been out of the game years ago, but he can't stay home because he hates his wife. You have bad breath caused by gingivitis. You couldn't get a porn star off.
So go on, Fletcher. Why don't you tell him how you really feel?
Oh, what does he
He's
say?
A pontificating son of a...
I gotta look it up now.
Pretentious bastard.
I gotta look it up. Oh man, we gotta get the line right. He's a pedantic, pontificating, pretentious bastard, a belligerent old fart, a worthless, steaming pile of cow dung. Figuratively speaking. That's the funniest damn thing I've ever heard. You're a real card, Reed.
He reminds me of Uncle Frank.
He kind of does.
Darn funny.
It was pretty darn
funny.
Man, hey, we've delayed it. Are you recording?
Okay. We're recording, yeah.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. We have to... Bane, record. Record.
We got we got stuff on this episode of
George Clooney
edition of Sequelman the podcast. I don't.
Coming at you, not live from Freeze's lair. Two men talk about the films you care about. Or don't. It's the Sequelmen podcast, and it starts right now.
us out.
Dude, play us out already.
Play us out, Paul.
Play us out right now. Bring us in.
All right, well, that's it for us today.
Thanks for listening to our cold open.
It's the inevitable. We are inevitable. This movie is inevitable. Welcome back to another episode of Sequel Men, the podcast. We are here with me, Christian Bring It All, and my good buddy, old pal over the headset here, because we're remote again. Why don't you introduce yourself
COVID,
to
Spencer.
ourselves?
Spencer, hi. How are you? Christian, this is the first time in a very long time, almost exactly 2 years, because that's how long ago it was since I watched this movie. Actually, more than 2 years. More than 2 years. It was when we first initially started. I'm laying on the couch watching this. And, like I said, I'm not trying to be funny here. There was point... I almost texted you and was like, dude, I can't do it. We can't do it. I can't... I'm just going to have to go from memory. But I stuck it out. I hadn't wanted to turn off a movie so many times during the movie than I did last night watching this. And I would check, I'm like, okay, it's got to be almost over. Hour left. Ah!
You orgasmed and then you finished it?
No, I guess, because I got so distracted. I was like, the close-up of the bat
and
nipples.
You mixed up with Joel, sorry.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Oh yeah, by the way, you get very familiar with that sound effect in this movie.
I'm pretty sure there's a
they
time
use the
George
ice
Clooney jizzes. That awkward part where they're like, your family. And then it goes back to him and he goes...
Oh yeah, the part we laughed about last time when he's like, oh yeah, we're family. And then they're just looking at each other and it does that bump, 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 quirky music. And it's just... and I saw George Clooney, he's like...
It literally looks like he forgot his line. Like his face, he does that squinty eye thing. Like, what am I supposed to say? You know what? I got it. I'll just go.
No, that's him thinking, what's for lunch? What's Kraft got today?
Is this the last
What's
day of
Kraft
shooting?
Services got today?
He phoned it in before he even got to set.
Oh, you want to talk? You thought Harrison Ford. I almost said Harrison Solo. You thought Harrison Ford was phoning it in Return of the Jedi. You got to watch George Clooney in this film. I'm telling you, I'm watching this movie. I was talking about this to my roommate earlier. It's like, it's almost
the
like
mythical roommate.
He says there's so many lines in this movie he just says with such disinterest and apathy. You would think he just didn't care.
No, it sounds like
which is what that means.
He's not fully in character yet. It's at the table read, and they're just going through lines, so he's putting in minimal effort. But just him. Everybody else is putting in too much effort, so he thought, you know what? I'll balance it out and give 0.
Well, you remember the scene where they're at the botanical gala, whatever.
Yeah. When
Poison Ivy reveals herself, and I know we're going to get into this later, but he punches a hole through the guy's drum.
Yeah.
And he says, and it shows him through the drum, and he's just like stone-faced. Good night.
Yep.
It's like, you couldn't say that. Good night. And then at the end, when he rescues the two people when they're falling off the telescope, they're like, ah! And he's like, hold on.
It's like...
grab my belt.
It's like he's got better things. You're like, shit. Hold on.
Grab my belt.
Grab the belt. We'll go up. This is not... Looks at this watch. This is not what I had planned today, guys. I'm missing my soaps. It's the middle of the day. I'm missing my soaps.
I mean, there's some lines that are delightful, like, she's trying to kill you, dick.
Yeah, that's fun. That's he saved it all for that. And he was just like, is this the scene? And then they're like, yes, this is the scene, George. And he goes, all right, I'm ready. And he just does it. And did you notice his head bobbles more than his bobblehead action figure?
Yeah.
And George Clooney is a good actor. Just in this one, he didn't care.
He even regrets being in this movie.
He does,
no
yes.
question.
I think he said that.
I think he did.
You know how in Zombieland, Bill Murray was like, when they're like, do you have any regrets? And he goes, Garfield, maybe. If the roles were reversed or switched and it was George Clooney, he would say, Batman and Robin, maybe. Dude. Can you imagine how pumped? We got George Clooney. Go get him. George Clooney is Batman. And he just shows up. He's like, how much am I getting paid for this? I just gotta say the lines.
He's the worst Batman.
I just have to say the lines.
He is the worst Batman.
The worst.
The worst. In that, it's just kind of average.
Oh, no. You're giving him too much credit.
A little below.
Yeah, you're giving him way too much credit.
He doesn't look good in the suit. No offense, George.
No.
You don't fill out the suit right. Let's say this. If this movie, not even Batman Forever at least was trying to tell a decent storyline with better, more
people were trying
action.
Yeah.
In the style of the old 60s show. This one just... If Batman Begins, the Dark Knight trilogy, is a Thanksgiving dinner, then this is like when you go to Old Country Buffet and you go straight towards the dessert bar.
Except the dessert's
that's what this movie is.
Except the dessert's
and you don't
good.
eat any dinner. Yeah, it's just chocolate milk and ice cream with sprinkles 3 times in a row.
That's good, though. I would take that.
It's good, but it's just too much sugar, and they do that 10 minutes into the movie.
Sugar's
with this opening action sequence. Holy moly.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman. And then but he says I'm Batman off screen. It's that same moment. Oh, hold on. I'm doing some echoey things. It's still recording, but I just sounded echoey.
Yeah.
It's good.
I had a funny sound too. It's good now.
Okay, it was like a weird... But, yeah, it's like George.
Yeah.
It's like they gave up, like, hey, he's not going to listen to you.
He said it like Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, he's here for a paycheck.
He said it like Buzz Lightyear. Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman. And then he surfs down the dinosaur's tail. Like, and let's not even get into Cowabunga. Oh, for Pete's sakes.
At least Chris O'Donnell, that's his name, right? At least he tried. Everybody else tried. Alfred? Great. Convincing.
Alfred, great.
Good.
Alfred's fantastic. And
Arnold?
I did like... Oh, we'll get into that later, but holy...
I mean, we can just get into Act 1 right now.
Uma Thurman?
All of them, yeah. Oh, and her acts...
But sadly, I'm not good with rejection. And now you have to die.
Curses!
That guy was just... He was in Grand Rapids Comic Con this past year, 2021.
For this movie?
What's his name? John Glover, the actor who played the crazy scientist, Dr. Woodrue.
What else was he in? Because in the last
He was in Shazam. He played the dad.
Yep, that's what it was.
The angry dad in Shazam.
Yep. Much better performance. Much better performance. Same, idea, but,
It will have Bane to you by overnight mail.
I can't even remember any of Poison Ivy's
put him in an envelope?
Lips of poison. Mother Earth, our provider. Uma.
Hell, I'm Mother Earth. Or whatever she
They told us you were a good actress. You were in Pulp Fiction. Yeah, can you
better? I appreciate how much fun she has in this movie.
I mean, she has fun.
She's having a blast. She's having an absolute blast.
Well, she and Arnold are the only ones having fun. Because he is just loving. He's like, this sucks, but I'm loving it.
This sucks, but I'm loving it.
Take 2 and call me in the morning. All right. Do you want me to do Act 1? Hey, Christian, I'm going to start with a question. I have a question.
Okay.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
The Ice Age!
All right, everybody. Chill. 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 All right, I'll do Act 1. Jeepers.
Sing! Sing! Come on, sing!
They're all dying. They're freezing in there.
I hate it when they interrupt the movie.
Boy. All right.
Okay. You should just get started before we just ad-lib the whole movie.
car. Chicks dig the car.
This is why Superman works alone.
Right off the bat, we get butts, balls, and nipples with the classic suit-up montage. Alfred is dying, I think, and Batman and Robin go fight Mr. Freeze. We know that's his name because Commissioner Gordon literally tells us there's a new villain in town. Like we're in a fucking comic book panel. Freeze's big weapon is his freeze gun? Nope. His ability to only speak in puns. He's gonna pun us all to death with the help of his hockey team from hell. Don't worry, because having no knowledge of this ice situation until right now, Batman and Robin came prepared with retractable skates on their boots. They go to space, almost, and Robin gets frozen by freeze and then thawed, but with a tiny heater gun and some water. On to the next villain origin we go. As a botanist, I believe, Dr. Pamela Isley watches a weird auction where a criminal gets pumped full of venom and becomes a disgusting version of Bane. And then she gets murdered by the mad scientist. Bruce, Dick, and Alfred do some reviewing of footage of when Freeze becomes his cold self. He has to stay at 0 degrees or he dies, and his wife has McGregor syndrome and is somewhere. Bruce and Dick fight about who is more reckless, and he also argues with Robin about him being too ambitious. Poison Ivy rises from the ground with plant power and kills the mad scientist guy, and we get a very awkward, rushed, forced second villain origin story. This is fun, right?
Village.
Right? We're having fun? This is supposed to be fun? I don't know. Mr. Freeze, I just scrolled all the way back up to the top, so give me a minute. I don't know how that happened. Mr.
You
Freeze.
need to chill.
I guess. Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze
Yes.
conducts a choir of goons singing Mr. White Christmas, and then he reveals his plan to freeze Gotham so he can get funding for his research to save his wife. So he's gonna freeze the city to... Never mind. Don't think too hard about this movie. The doorbell rings. Bruce can't walk 10 feet to open it. Calls for Alfred, but Robin walks all the way down the stairs to get it. It's Barbara Wilson, Alfred's niece. I guess that's Act 1. Honestly, I don't know, nor do I care.
Okay. So that I actually took note of that, and I was watching, I watched it earlier today, and when he's like, "I'm so sorry, Master Bruce, I must have fallen asleep. I'll get that right away." Oh, nothing to worry about, Alfred. It's only the first time it's happened in 30 years.
I was waiting for him to be like...
Why are you being an asshole?
Right. I was waiting for him to be like, you know what? Don't waste your time. You're fired. Get out. Pack your stuff. You're done.
And I don't think there's a single scene in this movie where George Clooney doesn't have a smirk on his fucking face.
Or bobbling his head. But this part we talked about last time, it's so... Look, we have Robin upstairs doing I don't know what. Batman is beneath him doing I don't know what. The door rings. He's 10 feet away. And he's like, Kevin from the office. Alfred, our girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alfred, the door won't answer itself.
Girl at door.
How dare you think that I could get the door in my own house? Nobody. No. You were sleeping. You're old. You're dying.
Yeah.
You need your rest.
And I like how. I like how I like how Dick Grayson takes the effort. I'll get it.
Right.
And he doesn't do his crazy gymnastics this time. He actually goes down the stairs like a normal person. But it would have been funnier to do it that way.
He was better kind of in this movie. No, he wasn't. He was the same.
You know what isn't good?
Everything?
Having Alfred's niece be from London and speak nothing of not a iota of an English dialect.
It's like
or
Alicia
accent.
Silverstone or whatever her name.
Gone. Why did you cast her as Alfred's niece from London?
Is she originally from London?
She's supposed to be Barbara Wilson, which is basically a side of Barbara Gordon,
yeah.
who becomes Batwoman.
Batgirl.
Excuse me.
Well, if we're being PC,
oh, that's pretty
person.
PC. What about? Do you remember that line from the end of the movie?
Yeah, Bat person. Little ahead of its time there. Low progressive. I can dig it.
Except for the cat fight.
Yeah, a woman has to fight a woman. How dare... I mean...
You're about to be compost.
We'll get to that. But
Good one.
Act 1... the pacing... It just seems... It's so bad. It's so weird and awkward. We start right in again, villain fight. No background, no origin until later. Again, just like the last one.
There's a new villain in town.
Yeah, and what the hell are we doing, Gordon? It's like the narrator.
Oh.
Like that, I think, honestly, that's probably the stage direction, and he read it, and Joel didn't catch it. It was just like, okay. I mean, I know
His
Joel...
name, he calls himself Mr. Freeze. Freeze, huh? Or whatever. I will say the Batmobile looks cooler.
I guess.
With that, like, red
sense.
turbine thing in the front. And the bat bike, the Red Robin, or whatever they call it, not the restaurant.
Allow me to
The Red
break
Bird,
the ice.
the motorcycle.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool. But, okay, we open the movie... Same way as the Batman Forever with the WB logo turning into the bat, and then you get the bum 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 bum.
And then a suit up and a fight
The
right
Robin
away.
logo is awesome, dude. I will say that.
I mean, it's fine.
I think it looks cool.
His suit is cool. Robin's suit is cool. It's very Nightwing-esque.
Absolutely. I think it's better than the bat suit. This is also the worst bat suit.
Yeah, well, later
in all
on,
the movies.
It's even worse. When they get frosted tips.
Yeah. We open the movie, we see like the glamour shots of Batman and Robin, of them looking intimidating and basically stand there, stage direction, stand there and look cool. And they cut to George Clooney and he's damn near cross-eyed, looking out into the distance. It's showing this nice sweeping angle of him and he's like,
oh, do you want me to go? I'll just look cool.
And I was watching it, it's like, okay, we have like 15 shots of them grabbing a grapple from the shelf.
Oh
it's
my
like, okay,
gosh.
we get it.
Dude, Joel
and
Schumacher loved the close-up of the grappling hooks catching on things this movie. Every scene almost, we get a close-up of a grappling hook. And then 3 of them show up. And got staticky again. I sound like a robot. It's better. But then, all 3 of the Bat people have them now. So that's 3 times the shots. We can't just get all 3 in one shot. No. Close up of this one, close up of hers, close up of this one. Like, can we not do that? This movie's 2 hours. It would be an hour and a half if we cut those close-ups of the grappling hooks.
Oh.
I mean, that's a half hour of the movie.
Yeah. And I mean, they did the same thing where they show the hand going into the shot, grabbing the piece of equipment, the gadgetry, and suiting up, putting the gloves on, pulling the pants up, showing the ass.
And the balls.
And boobs later on. They went overboard. They showed Batman's butt and they showed
his crotch.
Robin's butt, but they didn't have zippers this time in the butt crack.
Oh, good.
But Barbara's did.
Yeah, oh, good. But they had the bat nips.
I had a note here. It says, if Forever was a small dish of an assortment of ice cream flavors, Batman and Robin is an entire bowl.
Okay, you're big on the,
and that about
the
sums
ice
it up.
cream.
That's it for tonight. No.
Yep. I'm good. If you're good, Act 2. Act 1. Like, look, I appreciate that Arnold is at least trying and he's having a good time. You can tell.
I wonder what diehard fans thought about this movie. About what they did to Iceman, not Iceman, Mr. Freeze, and that suit looks not good. Let's be honest.
This movie was made to sell toys. I think that was said in an interview.
Oh, absolutely.
And guess what?
Absolutely.
I think I had a Mr. Freeze toy.
Well,
without seeing the movie as a kid, I had the action figures from this movie. I'm like, this is cool.
I think I had a Mr. Freeze one too, but I remember having the little action figure like this big of Batman in the silver suit at the end of the movie.
I think I did too.
I had that little guy.
Didn't they do McDonald's toys? I'm pretty sure they did. I'm going to look that up.
Oh, absolutely they did.
McDonald's Batman Robin toys. I'm looking it up. I'll show you. McDonald's, Batman, and Robin. Oh, you know what they did have? They had mugs. 1995, they had mugs. Oh, dude, I had these. These mugs were
Batman
dope,
Forever?
dude. Yeah, it was. It was Batman Forever.
Okay.
But, dude, these were sick. Oh, you can't see them. You'll have to look them up. Hey,
Oh,
you have
I
to
can
hop down.
kind of see them. I'll have to look at them after the recording.
I had those. Maybe they didn't have
Really?
Batman and Robin. Yeah, I had those mugs.
Maybe
I don't know if I
Burger
had
King
all of
had
them. Maybe it was
I'm
Burger
surprised.
King. Burger King. Burger King. Burger King. Batman and Robin. I mean, they did. Not what I was remembering.
Ooh.
But those glass mugs were sick.
When we do the Pokemon trilogy, Pokemon, the first movie, 2000, and Pokemon, the movie 3, whatever. The third movie,
I mean, there's
whatever
more
it
than
is.
that.
Well, I know, but we're going to do all of them.
Oh, probably not. The main ones.
I remember the gold-plated trading cards at Burger King.
Those were sweet.
Those were
I
sweet.
wonder
I
if
had a
they're worth
Jigglypuff
anything.
one.
I think I did too.
But I think the gold plating kind of got rubbed off over time.
Yeah. They were still like
I highly
metal.
doubt it was
and cool.
gold.
Toys back in the day, like fast food toys, were so much better made back in the day.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, Batman and Robin.
Anyway, back to Batman.
To Act 1. He only speaks in puns, Mr. Freeze. Only. Almost exclusively.
Oh, every other line is a pun, and it kind of gets a little annoying. If you were saying that you were just sitting there watching this movie last night, just wanting to be like, I want to not watch this, I want to shut it off. I was watching it earlier today, and I had kind of just this expression. You can't see me, but it was just kind of a frown and just a look of incredulity at how this movie was playing out. Like there were some parts that are amusing, and I mean some parts are just so bad that it's funny. If you ask yourself, how did it get to this? Like, this is way over the top.
I'm looking at this movie. I'm watching it going, how?
Not necessarily a bad way.
Did professional filmmakers in a studio watch this and be like, yep, that's ready. That's ready to go. Ship it to theaters. That's gold. This, yes. Joel, you did it again. Yes.
I will say, on a technical standpoint, it's kind of impressive. All the sets, all the effects, it's kind of impressive. But it's just, what's the main issue, I think, is just the tone and the dialogue.
The dialogue's bad. It's repetitive.
You can have some puns here and there, but when you have the entire movie filled with puns and jokes like that, from Poison Ivy, from Mr. Freeze, from Robin,
and
it's over the top.
What was I just gonna lines?
It's kind of exhausting.
Oh yeah, the reoccurring, like the motifs, like Batman and Robin arguing constantly. That got really old because it was the same, almost the same exact dialogue. It didn't further the point. Every time it was,
let's see,
toward the end, it was, you want her for yourself. You just don't want me to have her. You want to do this for yourself.
You hate Robin, and it's like, you should know better, Robin. You know what's going on. You know what she's doing.
What are you doing?
And it's like, and then it's always coded with, when are you going to trust me?
Right.
When are you ever going to trust me? And don't get me wrong, that would have been a really interesting theme if it was really done right and not kind of half-baked throughout the movie. That could have been a really good thing to continue from Batman Forever, but it just didn't execute well in this movie. And speaking of dialogue, the very first line we get out of the movie, very first line, get the cool shots of Batman and Robin. All right, we're going to get in the Batmobile. We get the big epic music.
Oh, yeah.
First thing, moment of silence. I want a car. It's like,
chicks
this
dig
is
the
how we're going
car.
to start the movie with Robin whining about a car?
And then
I
follows
want a
up,
car.
looking, I
said
think
it
he
like-
looks at the camera. Chicks dig the car.
Oh, yeah, because he said that in the last movie.
Okay.
This is why Superman works alone.
Yeah, that may have been his best delivery.
I just did the head wobble.
You have to when you do George Clooney. I just want to read off the 10 awful puns here. And you honestly, I'll read them off.
Go for it.
As a placeholder, you can put the montage. In fact, I'd rather you put the montage of these in there.
I almost put a montage of all the puns.
The Iceman cometh. You're not sending me to the cooler. Stay cool, bad boy. All right, everyone. Chill.
All right, everyone.
Cool party. Allow me to break the ice. Adam and Eve. Tonight, hell freezes over. Tonight's forecast, a freeze is coming.
Yeah.
Let's kick some ice. It's like Arnold doing a bad Arnold impression.
Freeze.
Freeze.
A freeze is coming. Take 2 and tell me in the morning.
Bad boy.
Because I'm a doctor.
So it's bad boy. I like how he says bad boy for bird boy.
I laughed when
kill you next time.
The old footage of him falling into the water. And then they play it back, and it does the same.
Yeah, who was recording him and his wife? Not at their wedding. People do wedding videos, but after they're home, like we're getting like a cinematic shot of them like in the mirror. Did they just hire so then he can look back on this?
He was like Michael, and he forgot to put the camera away.
Apparently,
Michael, I asked you to put the camera away. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh boy, oh boy. I mean, I feel bad for him. He has good motivation. There's a good movie
Is that
with
when you sleep,
the elements in this movie. If it's done better, you have to get down. You're gonna.
Your cat.
Yeah. Hang on.
Hanging on.
You can't be up here. I will pet you down there. Jeez.
And it's still recording.
Yeah, she's gonna.
We should be all good.
Unplug some stuff.
Well, did you think that? Oh, Alfred's fantastic in this movie. I'll say that. But do you think he overdid it a little bit in that first scene?
Perhaps.
when Bruce and it looked like he was crying because they were leaving rather than he was sick.
Yeah,
it should have been more gradual, I think. And good actor. But maybe if I were Joel, I would have told him, like, lay it off it a little bit, make it a little more subtle, and then we can build up later in the movie.
Yeah, like a wince, like a that's new.
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of, I don't think he makes that noise though. Also,
no, he didn't shit himself.
So, is it weird in this movie? Okay, usually, yep, fine. You start with a villain fight, cool. And then you go to like the aftermath back in the Batcave. All right, let's assess the situation. But they go right from that to, hey, we have to get Bane and Poison Ivy established right now. Right. We're not going to have any time with her.
Did we get him?
Yeah, oh my gosh. No, Robin. And the ice, the fake ice is not good.
I think Well,
it's
the
plastic.
Fake ice, the sound effect of the ice is what I really find satisfactory. The sound effect of the freezing, like the freezing
ASMR.
sound, I like a lot. But
the look of it is just turbo. That's turbulized.
Turbo.
I remember Space Jam had better effects than this movie, and it was on a budget about half the size. That's just
I will say that Space Jam, I can't fucking do him anymore.
Are you doing Larry Bird?
I can't do his voice.
You trying to do Larry Bird?
No, terrible. I'll say I can't.
Without
do
it being
That's
offensive.
terrible. I almost turned into fall. Yeah.
Hey.
But
Batman, forget it. You can't fight. Let's go, Bulls!
Let's go, Robin.
It's like somebody said that to Joel Schumacher. Joel, give it up. You can't direct. All right, you're right.
Oh.
Let's go, Bats.
No.
Listen, I know he's passed away. I know that. I'm speaking to this specific
But he's
film.
actually I gotta watch this movie that he directed. It's called Falling Down. It's got Michael Douglas in it. About like your average run-of-the-mill office worker who just goes postal and starts like he walks into a fast food restaurant, orders breakfast, and they say, "I'm sorry, sir, we stopped serving breakfast at 11. You can order off the lunch menu." I sent you guys the clip. I don't know if you watched it.
Probably a while ago.
But he's like, "But I want breakfast." "Sir, we're done serving breakfast." And he pulls like a mini Uzi out of his bag and it's a Joel Schumacher movie. He's
believe
actually
you.
good. Have you seen Phantom of the Opera?
No, I'm just going through.
Good movie.
He did that one. I'm looking at his stuff. And
I think the main thing he wanted to do is because what we said in the last episode, Michael Keaton didn't like the script because Joel told him, "Why does it have to be so dark for a Batman movie?" And that's why I think Joel injected some of that 60s Adam West Batman campiness.
Oh, for sure.
He did a little bit, some of it in Forever for sure, but in this one, it was just like he baned the movie with that stuff.
Dude.
With that camp fluid.
Lowballed Bane. Also, he directed the movie
This Bane's
Phone
way
Booth.
better than the Tom Hardy Bane, let's be honest.
That's a good one. No, but he directed the movie
I love the
Phone
silence
Booth.
there.
Remember that movie, Phone Booth, with Colin Farrell?
Oh, yeah, he did that?
And The Number 23. Remember that, like,
Really?
thriller with Jim Carrey? Yeah.
Huh.
And then he had some stinkers. And then, I've never watched the show, but he directed 2 highly rated episodes of the show House of Cards.
Ooh.
So he has a mixed,
Good
like,
director.
sometimes he's good, other times, when he's bad, he's terrible. When he's good, he's great. Anyway, or was.
Maybe he was going for that sort of kind of B-movie campy for these movies. Because he might have been a fan of the old 60s show.
Probably.
And that's where you get all the like, I mean, come on, the opening scene with the playing hockey with a diamond, and they got ice skates in their boots, and you get the warbling trumpets and the in the background and in the score, and it sounds very like kapow, bam.
Oh,
like
it for sure does.
The hits. For sure, definitely from the old 60s Batman show. And I bet fans of that show were loving this when they saw this.
Yeah, I bet Adam West was watching this going, "This is fantastic. Why didn't they ask me to reprise my role as Batman?" But they didn't. I would have preferred him in this, honestly.
He should have at least had a cameo.
He should have in one of these movies.
Right.
Whatever. Oh, dude, what if they just
Jim
did
Carrey
the
should have had a
ultimate...
cameo at Arkham.
Well, they had their outfits, which was like one of 2 good elements of this film.
Why would they have Two-Face's outfit? He's dead.
You're right, and he drowned in that. I don't know.
He's
They
dead,
dug it
son.
up. They didn't think about that. They're like, yeah, that'll be cool, little Easter egg. No,
I
what
lost my leg.
What if DC, because they're... Or DC. What if Warner Brothers, because they're a terrible studio when it comes to the DC universe... what if in the new
Shazam
Flash
was
movie?
awesome.
Oh yeah, you're right. But now they're just deciding they're going to not be good and screw up everything if rumors are true. But anyway, what if?
Oh, just because Wonder Woman?
No, well that and like how the Flash is gonna like reset everything, and they're gonna do Batgirl and Supergirl. And Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck are just done, even though they were the best elements of the DC universe. But
they kind of screwed over Henry.
Yeah, and Zack Snyder. He made decent stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, what if
his
this multiverse
Justice League superior for sure.
Yeah. What
for
if
sure
this multiverse has George Clooney show up as a Bruce Wayne, just as like a quick like little joke. Like Flash gets there and he goes, Bruce, or he goes, I'm looking for Bruce Wayne. That's me. And he goes, sorry, wrong universe. And then he just takes off.
No, it'd just be George Clooney going.
And then Barry Allen's just like, sorry, wrong universe, and zips off.
That's just...
I would actually appreciate that. But
anyway, Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Poison Ivy, just an abrupt, all right, let's get these characters established. Bane is terrible. Pamela
what does she
Isley
say? The very
dies.
first thing she says.
I don't even remember, and I don't really care.
She's like, progress report. I finally injected the flibberflagon into the venomous Flickendorf or something.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like that clip you posted.
Yep.
When you inject the
Yep. I can find that clip. No, yeah, keep talking.
If I would be able to get done with my project quicker if Dr. Woodrue would stop whisking away my venom serum. I wonder what he's doing. And why are they in a dungeon? This is a Bruce Enterprises financed lab in the middle of the jungle, and they're like in a castle.
Yeah.
The Gilgamesh chamber is literally like a dungeon.
Yeah. It's very weird.
And now I add the venom with my own little cocktail of toxins and blah, 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 blah.
I think when we were talking about her original line, we couldn't think of it. I found it. I think her original line went something like, here, hold on. Let me find the transcript. Yep, I found it. She was working on a machine. It was the original machine had a base plate of prefamulated amulite surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two spurving bearings were in direct line with the panoramic fan. The latter consisted simply of 6 hydrocoptic Marsal vanes so fitted to the ambificient lunar Wayne shaft that side fumbling was effectively prevented. The main winding was the normal Lotus O Delta type placed in a panodermic semi-boloid slots of the stator, every 7th conductor being connected by a non-reversible tremine pipe to the differential girdle spring on the up end of the gram meters. The turbo encabulator has now reached a high level of development, and it's being successfully used in the operation of Novortunians. Moreover, whenever 4-cent scar motion is required, it may also be employed in conjunction with a drawn reciprocation dingle arm to reduce the sinusoidal reproneration. And she was referring to the plants, obviously. Hey, wake up. Prefamulated amulite. With the spurving, she was talking about the spurving bearings.
Sorry, I think she used sleep powder on me.
Oh, that's pheromones. Yeah, it is weird. They just go to her. And it's, boom, here we are auctioning off a lad with super soldier serum. And they call it super soldier serum.
Well,
like Marvel was just okay with that? Isn't that like their thing?
Why do these things... She gets Dr. Strommed. That's what she gets.
Yeah, she gets something.
Like from Spider-Man? Back to
formula? Oh, yeah. She gets frommed for sure. I mean, she gets frommed to the max. I don't have anything else to say about Act 1.
I kind of don't either. Bane, scary.
He sounds scary. It is scary. Like a kid watching this, that would scare me. I'd be like, I'm having nightmares.
When I was a kid, that was scary. Just the transformation scene with him just imagining a body getting blown up like a balloon like that, like a water balloon.
Well, yeah, and then
Except
he sounds
it's his body,
so scary.
and you're imagining his arms filled with this green-yellow liquid, and if you pop his bicep, it'll come squirting out.
Yeah, he doesn't look good.
It's just disgusting and scary.
Yeah.
It scared me. It freaked me out when I was little.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't watch this as a little kid.
Oh, I loved it when I was a kid. We had it on VHS.
Yeah, I
watched it. Big fan.
I only ever saw bits and pieces. I think I watched it with my family a little bit because it was like a big deal, and it was like, oh, Batman and Robin. And I was like, Mr. Freeze, he looks cool. Oh. Damn it.
You did that. Did you do that intentionally?
No, I did not.
Unintentionally?
Yeah. That,
Mr. Freeze, he looks cool.
I did not plan that. As you notice, I caught myself. It's happening. I'm speaking in puns. I'm Chris Kemperman.
Oh, no.
Shit.
We got to have him on.
We do. We got to have them both on at the same time and do an actual... Well, we did that crossover with them once, but we should have him on solo.
Yeah.
Solo.
Ucha, what's up, pussy?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite.
Let's go to Act 2.
Episodes. Okay.
Their bones will turn to ice. Their blood will freeze in my hands.
Kill them, of course. But why stop there? Why should only Batman and Robin die, while the society that created them goes unpunished?
Yes. If I must suffer, humanity will suffer with me. I shall repay them for sentencing me to a life without the warmth of human comfort. I will blanket the city in endless winter. First, Gotham. And then, the world!
Just what I had in mind.
Act 2. Barbara sneaks out and takes a motorcycle. Ivy crashes Bruce's I don't know what to talk about saving the Earth. She wants to take over the world now. During the benefit female model auction, Poison Ivy, because female representation, am I right? Poison Ivy. Can't do this.
What?
I just can't do this movie. I can't do it. It's nothing. They're auctioning off women. I'll take the honeysuckle. Poison. I bet you will, sir. Geezer. Poison Ivy. I can't even read her name without...
I'll take the honeysuckle. Oh. I'll lay 50,000 down for Poison Ivy.
Oh my gosh. 2 million, you don't have it. I'll borrow it from you. You think I'm just gonna let you? Fuck, okay, you got me. Damn it. I guess I gotta up it. Alright. Back to the Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy.
International Bank of Wayne.
Oh, bet credit card and never leave the cave without it. Poison Ivy crashes again and seduces everyone with a plant in this stupid, awkward fucking dance, including Batman and Robin. She wants them to tend her garden in her pants. Freeze shows up and chills everyone. So she crashes the party, he crashes her crashing party. A chase scene commences in which Batman tells Robin he won't make the jump on his motorcycle, so instead of just letting him try, he almost kills him by disabling the motorcycle engine, causing him to not be able to stop almost. Because in this movie, that makes sense. Also, he's just trying to steal thunder. You can't kill yourself. I'll kill you. I want to take that from you, too. Also, in this chase scene, I'm about to make it. Nope. Fuck you are. Engine done. Good luck making it now, man. Robin. I'll be right. Also, these are clearly toy cars in this chase scene. Okay. Robin catches Barbara coming back after hot riding, and Freeze goes to jail at some point. I think I accidentally skipped a part. Poison and Bane get a new home occupied by Neon Dracula and his crew. Barbara does some street racing where Coolio makes a cameo as the banker. He's the character spotlight, and I don't have the energy to put into it, but I'll say that after a life on the streets as the banker, he makes a name for himself and becomes Catman, okay? I looked him up. Catman is an obscure villain in Batman lore. He's Catman. Deal with it. His hair is Catman. We find out Alfred is dying, so that rushed plot point is covered. Ivy breaks Freeze out of jail and partners with him, which makes no sense because she wants to grow plants and take over the world, and he wants to freeze the city. Plants can't grow if you freeze them. And that doesn't coordinate, except in this movie, that's pretty sound logic. They jump 1,000 feet into the water, and guess what? They live because, do I need to say it? This movie's airtight logic. They fight Bane, Batman and Robin, I guess, show up. They fight Bane and Ivy, and then they fight each other, to which Robin declares he's going solo. Ivy cuts the cord on Freeze's wife and pins it on Batman, so Freeze wants to destroy the Earth. And come on, guys. That's the plan. That's the motivation. Fuck right off, but I digress. Ivy has a killer plant from Mario World and she wants her and Freeze to be the last two people on Earth for whatever reason. And Bane is just in the background like, fuck me, I guess. Alfred has the same disease as Mr. Freeze's wife, and he's gonna die. We get the same exact dialogue we've gotten 3 times already with Bruce and Dick arguing about each other's motivations. Alfred reveals his secret plan for Barbara. Damn it to hell.
Oh my goodness. I laughed so hard, as you all heard, at that fucking bit about he tries to save him, but he almost kills him by cutting off the power to his bike.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't have an argument. You just wanted to kill me yourself. You couldn't even let me have that satisfaction of trying to make the jump and do something heroic and maybe die trying. You had to kill me first.
That's was typical. Hilarious.
You say we're a team, we're a family. That's more dangerous. Bruce. Oh, boy. I needed that good. That was a good laugh. We haven't had one of those in a while.
Don't you just love the big gorilla suit, the striptease?
And everybody's just watching. Oh, ooh,
that's the scene where Patrick Leahy is in it.
Who is that?
Vermont Senator Patrick Leahy.
Oh, good for him. I also
he's standing behind the bidders, and there's one scene where he's like, "Oh," he doesn't say anything.
Let me get this straight. I'm gonna run this by you.
That's it. I'm going solo. He's at the Batcave in the next scene.
Right, he's just bad. Well, I forgot my keys. It's like when a husband and wife get in an argument and one of them storms out and they forget their keys and they have to come back and it just ruins the whole mood.
And it's like it's like, okay, this was supposed to be a moment and now I'm back.
I think I wouldn't. I would just walk or just stay outside the door and pretend I left. But so Bane, I'm going to run this by you and see if this makes sense. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. But Bane cannot function or say more than 2-word sentences, but he can drive. He's Ivy's driver.
I know. And that's kind of ridiculous.
It's kind of a lot ridiculous.
No, what's even more ridiculous is him wearing that silly ass hat.
Silly ass hat.
It really makes the disguise.
I mean, his comic accurate attire would have worked if he was comic accurate how he
with
acted.
The luchador mask. Why?
Because that's the they solved it because that's the mask, the venom. It poked holes.
I think
in his
I might
skull.
have had I just imagine like that stuff being pumped into him is like Mountain Dew.
Oh.
And you can taste it, can't you?
It's a Mountain Dew slushy.
In the veins.
That was painful. Like I could just imagine that stuff. Just the pain you're going through with that stuff going into your full body.
The one shot I don't like is I'm going to do it on camera.
Oh, hang on. I'm looking at my notes. Yeah, do it. Do the shot.
When it does that close up on his face, and he's like that, freaks me out every time.
He sounds scary.
Except he just repeats everything that people tell him to do. Remember late in the movie? Bomb! Bomb!
Monkey work!
Monkey work! Oh, and not to mention, we're going to take your base. Okay, go at it, Bane. He does literally nothing. They put chains around his arms, and all Bane does is
breaks him
and throws him behind him, and you hear like a sound effect, like a slip on the ice sound effect. They do that a lot too in the movie.
Yeah, this movie is something else.
But I have to say, I like they give Commissioner Gordon something useful in this movie. They make him useful by having him pull the switch back up so they can breathe again.
I guess.
In Mr. Freeze's lair. And then he yells at Batman, "What happened? How did they get away?"
And then Batman's just like,
Clooney replies,
I have no idea and I don't care.
Throws him in a vat of ice cream. Robin, I mean.
I could go for some ice cream right now.
I'm going solo. Next scene. Well, how about this, Batman? Mr. Freeze, blah, blah, blah. They're strategizing. It's like, hey, I thought you were going solo. I thought you were mad.
Well, I should finish this mission first.
I live here.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Move out? You gave me a room.
Well, now it's Barbara's. Get out.
Yeah, Barbara's here. We're family. You said it.
Yeah, where is Barbara? And where's our 90s straight out of Mortal Kombat dirt bike race sequence?
Yeah, that music.
The music. Oh, and where's our Sonic the Hedgehog level music when she's strip teasing at the gala? Like, that literally sounds like a piece of music from a Sonic the Hedgehog level.
Except Sonic did it better.
Yeah. Oh, I went and saw that movie the other night, and they played the trailer for Sonic 2.
Ooh,
I can't wait to see that. I cannot
psyched
wait.
Out of my mind for that one.
Do I look like I need your power?
Idris Elba, man, he's gonna kill it. Is he using an accent?
Where are my manners? Sonic meet Knuckles.
Jim Carrey, back in full form. He can do no wrong.
He's got a brand new stash.
Hey, who's getting tickets for the Batman?
I don't know. We haven't decided yet.
I think it's Brandon's turn. Because Joel's not going to do it. We know that.
Fuck no.
Fucking pay me. Pay me up front.
Well, if you guys paid me for doing the intros, I'd be able to afford it. But no, you guys get me butt dust and that's it.
I can't make it to the movie. I'm going to go to the movie. Somebody else has to buy that fucking tickets because I can't get them. My computer, I don't have a computer that works, and I have to. I rebuilt it for voiceover recording only. So fuck me, I guess. No, but I can't. I can't get them because Genevieve. That's it.
I spent my last paycheck at Cirella's. What? Get my BDSM clothes. What?
Trivia.
Sadly, they were all out of extra small cock rings.
Oh, man.
Damn it.
I was going to get those for him for his birthday. Would that be weird? I don't think that'd be weird. I wouldn't say
know what they were.
He might. What the fuck are these? Are these like a rubber band for my car's engine? These hold my car engine.
I actually had to return it. It was a little too big.
A little too big. But, I knew you were going there, and I'm so glad you did.
But
is there supposed to be space in between? Because there was like a lot of it.
It was like, oh boy. I don't know.
I gotta tell you this.
I ran out of runway on that one.
I gotta tell you this. Joel, do you remember that time we went to the beach? You, me, and Joel. Remember that? Yeah, it was. It was that nude beach. We got there, and the bouncer was like, "Well, you gotta combine 10 inches between the three of you." So I go first, starting off strong. Boom, 5 inches. Boom.
What?
Boom. A solid average 6 inches. 6 inches. So I'm like, all right, guys, we're in good shape. You go next, and you get us 3. You get us 3.
No.
So we're at 9, right? And then Joel's
9,
like, all right, guys, it's no big deal. And boom, barely inched us in there. Got 1 inch. We got in. We're like, yeah. Good
Flops
thing.
out like a wet noodle.
And Joel's like, it's a good thing I was excited, if you know what I mean. Otherwise, we would not be gotten into this beach.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's an old joke, but...
No, it really happened. It really happened.
It really happened. Didn't Joel want us to stop talking about his win?
What is he?
Joel, this was the last time. We forgot we said we wouldn't.
Oh, he's gonna kill me.
Here, I'm just gonna warn him.
Joel's gonna kill me.
I'm just gonna warn him right now that we did. Hey, we forgot our promise to not do Joel penis jokes, and we did a few.
Oh boy.
Episode we are recording. Oh, I also told him that we would read this back and forth between you two.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what was it? I gotta find it. It was way back here now. I gotta find. Okay, the episode. Okay, Christian, the episode is nearly done. Just need an intro. Joel, yeah. Well, hold your nuts. I've been busy. Fucking no one is no one is holding your nuts. Intro sent. Sorry if there's some weirdness. Levels are fine though. Oh wait, no.
No, that's a
not
different
it.
one.
That's not it.
But it's still funny. No one's
okay. Here, I
holding
found
your
it.
fucking nuts.
Probably won't record it until sometime tomorrow, Joel. Christian, okay, that's fine. Your part isn't that important anyway. Christian, editing wise, I mean, correct. Damn it. Joel.
Because he corrected me.
Joel. All right, Joel.
What did he say?
Okay.
You
Joel.
can do it.
Okay. Joel. Okay, then fuck right off and find someone else. JK. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Your part isn't that important anyway. Editing, I mean. Where are we? Act 2 for this atrocious movie still.
Act 2.
Batman and Robin. Did we cover it?
Okay. So they have the gala. Poison Ivy shows up. Gala. I keep saying it.
Gala.
I think
it's
you
either
can say either way. Yeah.
This movie's gonna be
shows up.
This episode's gonna be 3 hours long because we're not talking about the movie.
We talking about Joel's peener for the last.
I let him know.
5 minutes.
It's okay. We're in the clear.
Wait, she shows up. You get the Sonic music, and it's like, okay, so now we're at the level where Batman and Robin are putting civilians in danger, luring.
Bane,
Mr. Freeze.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
why
Mr.
they're
Freeze.
doing it with the
Oh, yeah,
diamonds,
that's right.
the Bruce diamonds. They're
Do you think
doing
he'll
it to
take the
lure
bait?
Mr. Freeze there, and they know people are going to get hurt. So, okay, now we're. Come on, guys.
Sacrifice
You're about
a
saving
few.
people.
Sacrifice a few to save the many. Batman.
Oh, here in Gotham, we have Batman and Robin to protect us.
Oh, Gossip
even
Gertie.
from the plants and animals. It's like, well, fuck, that ain't gonna protect you from
Listen.
monsoons,
Freeze.
and hurricanes.
Freeze and Ivy, listen. We'll make a deal with you. You take Gossip Gertie right now. Take her. Whatever. Get rid of her. Take her. And we'll let you freeze the city.
They fly off, and you hear her echo. Bruce Wayne, Mr. Freeze. Oh,
the coolest guy in town.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, Poison Ivy. She's really starting to grow on me.
Oh my gosh, she would say that.
You know what? I'm over her. I'm completely over her. Yep, me too, definitely. Except she got nice stems. Yep, nice buds too.
You just want it for yourself.
I got a little chuckle out of that. The stems and buds thing. That was kind of funny.
So their plan. This makes no. If you're gonna have a team up, you can't. So okay, they want to be the last two people on Earth. Why? He's freezing things. She wants to grow things. Do you see how that doesn't make sense?
If you kill everyone on Earth, who's gonna be your henchman? Who's gonna help you with infrastructure?
Well, if you freeze stuff, you can't grow stuff.
And the whole motivation is just so, like,
off.
Victor Freeze is a smart guy. He's a physicist. He's a scientist. He's a smart guy. What's that from again?
That was from The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
It would be extremely painful. You're a big guy. For you. Imagine if Bane in this movie talked like that. Like if we just redubbed everything he said, but Tom Hardy. So keep his same dialogue. So
monkey work.
Monkey work. Bomb. Bomb. Bomb.
The bomb will be detonated by one of you.
What else does he say?
Take back the city.
Bane, drive.
Bane, verb.
Okay.
Oh,
do you want to? Are we ready for Act 3 yet?
Would you like the earrings too? She takes the necklace.
Joel said, "Hey, maybe talk about your own penises."
No,
I'll tell him we did.
Well, we don't want to hear about yours or mine.
Yeah, me neither. I had to carry all the weight to that beach. All right, how about Act 3? We'll really round it out.
Yeah, sorry, you had to sling it over your shoulder.
Can you throw it over your shoulder? Can you throw it over your shoulder? Do your dick hang low?
No. Well,
unless you
I feel
Joe.
like we're missing something.
I really don't think.
Oh, Alfred's got a sweet computer.
Yeah.
With that
yeah.
CD thing.
Barbara.
That was sweet.
Gets the plan. Oh, and they find out.
That
Barbara,
shot's awesome. I will say, when she unlocks the code and opens the disc and all the stuff's on her face, like the holographic
cool.
imagery, that's awesome. I think.
Is this? Hang on. This isn't the act. I think it's Act 3 that has the sentimental moment between Bruce and. Yeah,
Alfred.
it's Act 3. We'll get to that.
I'll
save it. No, I'll save it. I don't think you know what I'm talking about.
There's so much potential for these side plots that
like in another movie
that have more emotional resonance with people than just the crazy, spectacular action scenes. Like the stuff between Bruce and Alfred, that's interesting. The stuff between Bruce and Robin, and like having to grow that relationship and having to trust him more and working with a team and continuing on from the last movie, that's actually interesting stuff, but it doesn't evolve to its full potential.
And did we need Batgirl in this? Like, okay, we got Batman and Robin.
Really.
Do we need to add another Bat family? Have her.
I wonder if she was just for positive female representation.
I guarantee it.
To
and
go
more toys.
against the Uma Thurman.
And more toys.
But I remember talking about Uma Thurman in our last Wrongly Reviewed, and I think I was talking about how she uses her sexuality as like a weapon.
Yeah.
Like she takes control of her sexuality and her sex appeal and uses it to her advantage.
We actually disagreed
kind of
on that point.
Pro-feminist, isn't it? Isn't it a little bit?
I don't know. I thought it was
what we talked
not
about
a good represent. I remember my stance was they're saying like the only way that a woman can have power is through her sexuality.
Right.
And I didn't like it this time around, I got more of your point, but I still was like, that's the only thing that makes her important and gives her power over dudes.
She uses her sexuality as a weapon, as we already said up to 100
by
times,
choice.
but it's put to much better effect than Dr. Chase Meridian's use of her sex appeal, and very irresponsible and kind of mentally out there.
I'm going to have to agree with that.
Putting people's lives in danger on a rooftop in your nightgown. Like, come on. Huh. At least Poison Ivy was like using it to her advantage. Like, hey, I've got good looks. I'm Uma Thurman. I look good in this outfit. I look good in this getup. I'm going to use it to take advantage of men because they're weak-minded.
I'm going to get horn buns on her head.
And let's talk.
Her buns look like
man, I was just about to... what was I going to say?
I'm not sure.
What were we just talking about? Poison Ivy, Barbara.
Sexual.
Sex appeal. Oh, man, I hope it comes back to me. It just went in and out. That's what she said.
Kind of like Joel. Anyway.
Yep.
You want to go to Act 3, and if you think of it... If you... Yeah, I've never been there. Isn't that like a California thing? In-N-Out Burger?
I think so.
I bet it's like Five Guys. Oh, man, I shouldn't have mentioned that. I've been eating healthy lately, and it's been good. Like, it's been good food, but I could really go for just a burger.
You got a Freddy's literally right down the road from you.
It's expensive. No, but I'm eating healthy. It's not like I could go for that. I'm not going to go for that.
Any burger you eat somewhere is not going to be entirely healthy.
No, you're right. But those specifically, dude, their frozen cost top notch. I'll pay that price.
Last time I had it, I wasn't that pleased by it.
Dude, bro, you make your own. I mixed in peanut butter with vanilla ice cream and I think Oreos. And any peanut butter sauce on ice cream, like, because that salt... Like, peanut butter on anything is great. I just made a peanut butter sauce with soy sauce, peanut butter, sriracha, some crushed red pepper, and sesame oil. And my gosh, it's so good. But like sweet stuff, like peanut butter sauce that they have at like ice cream places, where it's that really creamy, like liquidy, just, oh man, on the ice cream, the what's the word? The opposite, what's the word? The complement each other, like the sweet and the salty. Oh, okay. Do you want to go to Act 3?
Complement each other.
You want to go to Act 3? I want to know how to make it. It's hard. Every time I burn it, and it doesn't become liquidy. All right, let's go to Act 3. Want to?
Yeah, let's do it.
I need a sign.
How about slippery when wet?
Trust. Tell me your plan.
Kiss me and I'll tell you.
Tell me and I'll kiss you.
Freeze has taken a new telescope and turned it into a giant freezing gun. He's about to turn Gotham into an ice cube.
I've got to stop him.
One kiss, my love. For luck. Bad luck, I'm afraid. Time to die, little Robin.
I hate to disappoint you, but... rubber lips are immune to your charms.
See ya.
You're not the only one who can set a trap, Venus.
Act 3. We get a new telescope reveal at the observatory. Bruce has an actual real moment with Alfred where he tells him he loves him, and for a whole minute the movie tricks you into thinking it's going to get good. Barbara hacks the Bat files and sees plans laid out for vehicles and costumes he apparently had made for her, just in case. Batman and Robin argue yet again and Freeze takes over the observatory. Barbara suits up, and we get the classic crotch, butt, boobs shot and super practical high heels for fighting crime. Robin tricks Ivy into kissing him, but he has rubber lips, so he's good. Not sure why she doesn't just try to kiss him again after he rips him off, but she goes to the drowning route and shoves him in a pool where he gets tangled up in vines. Batgirl drops in because only women can fight women, so she has to have this unearned moment. The telescope is a giant ice gun now. We know that because Ivy tells us he's turning it into an ice gun. Freeze begins his domination. The Bat Crew had time to change into their ice gear instead of using that time to, I don't know, stop Freeze. But they arrive. Robin and Batgirl unplug Bane, and Venom shoots everywhere, or Mountain Dew, leaving him scrawny again. Batman repositions his satellites and harnesses the sun in the palm of his hand to defrost the city, and he saves his team and those two scientists that were frozen well over 11 minutes. Barbara hacks the computer system to move the satellites again and reestablish the sun, and it's been way past 11 minutes, like I said. The frozen people would have died, I'm pretty sure. Freeze gives Bruce the cure for McGregor's syndrome and gets his redemption. Take two and call me in the morning. Alfred is cured.
Is he Irish? Scottish?
Yeah, he turned, I don't know.
Marnin.
Take two and call me in the morning. Alfred
Icarus
is... I am about a half hour into that movie. Freeze gives
better.
Bruce the cure. I'm enjoying it. The cure for... Except I don't get the timeline. Are we jumping back and forth? All right. He gives Bruce the cure for regret and redemption. Alfred's cured just like that, and all is well that ends. Ivy sits in jail, and Freeze enters as her cellmate. Alfred enters in tip-top shape, and everybody hugs it out, and the movie is finally over with that silhouette running shot. And it was at this point, it was like 10:40, and I was tired, but to get the taste of this movie out of my mouth, I had to watch the newest episode of Boba Fett. And boy, I'm glad I did.
It was fucking awesome.
Spoilers, the best episode so far of the Book of Boba Fett does not include Boba Fett in it.
No. What do you mean, Book of Boba Fett? It was Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 1.
Yeah, it was a soft premiere. It was a soft premiere.
It was a soft premiere for sure.
Oh, so good.
But, spoiler alert, best part of the whole episode, and then we can talk about Batman again. Sidebar.
Yes.
N1 souped up custom starfighter. Frickin' awesome. Sweet as heck. Love the design.
Hey.
Love it, love it, love it.
We haven't mentioned Star Wars until right now, and I did it.
I know. It wasn't me this time.
We almost did it. One of these days. Yeah, it was sweet. But,
that whole sequence, I cheered
cool.
at the TV. I cheered when I was watching the episode.
Yeah, it was sick.
It
was worth staying up for. I was laying down watching it. When that reveal of that N1, like when it was unveiled, I sat up and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Because that was my favorite ship. I told you in the group chat, that was my favorite ship. I had the toy. I loved it. It was awesome.
I can't wait to get the model figure of Mando's custom body work on it. Oh my, so cool. So cool. But almost one of the best things somebody mentioned it was one of the best things to come out of Disney Star Wars design.
Well, it had the N1 surrounded by two X-Wings, like the mixing of eras, man. Come on, let's go.
Awesome. I didn't think of that. That's awesome.
All right.
What? Batman
and Robin. Oops, okay. Hold on. Let me fix my mic. I bumped it. Maybe that's a blessing in disguise.
There's a really sad scene, like you mentioned it, between Alfred and Bruce.
Yes.
Because we keep getting these little scenes where Bruce is like looking at a bed or in a hallway, and it shows like either Alfred reading to him as a kid to go to sleep or picking him up off the floor. And those are good. We
cannot have a Batman movie in the 90s without flashbacks of Bruce's trauma.
Absolutely. But they did a better job of it, arguably, in Forever. But in this one, when he says, the only thing I regret Alfred, do you have any regrets about working with here or living with me or whatever?
Never asking for a raise.
Yeah. My only regret is not being able to be with you out there. And you could almost get a sense that Alfred was almost going to cry or something. Because he might really want to be out there helping fight crime and stuff, but he's too old.
Yeah.
And that made me think, wouldn't it be fucking sweet if we got an Alfred, not the show, there's a show already, Alfred Pennyworth.
Yeah, there is.
But just an alternate history, or like where he's like a former superhero, or he's like the Bruce Wayne to the guy in, what's the guy's name in Batman Beyond?
I don't know.
Who Bruce takes under his wing. I can't remember his name, but he becomes the new Batman and Bruce is his mentor. Bruce is basically his Alfred. It would be cool if there's an alternate history where Alfred is the old Batman teaching a young Bruce to be Batman.
That would be sick. I'd watch it.
That would be kind of a cool twist. But anyway, yeah, that whole plot just doesn't seem fully fleshed out because I don't think it's focused enough on.
I do like, though, I think this is the first time I've said this about this movie, that I like something, but that's a real moment, and it's pretty well acted, and he says, like, I love you, old man. But, like, in no other Batman movie have we ever heard Bruce Wayne tell Alfred that he loves him, and that got me a little bit. I'm like, why can't the rest of the movie put this much effort into it?
Mm-hmm. See, you're right. It's the same thing that happened in Forever, where you get well, less so in this movie, but you get these very serious, very nicely shot, very moody. The music's pretty low-key. The setting's pretty average in their manner. And they're having a heart-to-heart conversation, or like very intimate conversation. And then it cuts to freaking Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy doing something silly or some crazy outlandish thing going on. And you keep ping-ponging between these serious moments and these outlandish moments, but in this movie, it's way outlandish.
Yeah.
Like, when he's talking to his niece, or whatever, Barbara, and you get, like, a little backstory about his brother, and he's trying to contact his brother because he wants his brother to take his place helping Bruce.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah,
he can't find him because he's in a traveling court, which is kind of interesting to learn about and listen to. But that doesn't really go anywhere.
No, not at all. Not at all. You know what does go somewhere? The fight scene at the end. Just kidding. Not a good fight scene.
Who's
not a
this
good climax.
Nutball? That scientist?
Yeah.
Who laughed obnoxiously at Poison Ivy earlier, or Pamela, when she crashed the the observatory thing.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I actually didn't put that together because I didn't remember him because I didn't pay attention. Because this movie's awful. It's a 3.8 on IMDb. That's very low. Even for
what is it on Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't know. Hopefully, probably 0.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
To quote Joel, okay.
You guys don't sound very professional when you keep yawning into the microphone.
He does that.
I hope he joins us for the wrap-up because we're talking about the other Batman movies, too.
I know. I was playing Halo with him just before recording, actually.
And
I keep saying, yeah, well, we're doing it. I told him I'm getting ready to record with Spencer tonight.
Getting the band.
We're going to be live in studio, and we can't wait to see you there. He's like, wait a minute. I didn't fucking agree to record.
Well,
why do you keep saying that? I never said I would be in studio.
Fine, do it virtual.
Come on, Joel. And I was like, what day is best for you? And he didn't answer the question. But I'm going to try. He might be on Xbox after we're done recording. I might try and talk him.
He can stay up late and do Xbox, but he can't record with us. Cool, got it.
Which, Sequel Men listeners, possibility for the future, we get Sequel Men gaming streaming going on. Me, Spencer, Joel.
I don't know if it'll be Sequel Men gaming. It'll be something different.
Come on.
It's got to be something completely different.
We'll be streaming Halo, me, Spencer, and Joel. Wouldn't that be a delight?
Yeah, we'll do that on Twitch.
Oh, it'll be a joy.
We'll stream live. It'll be me.
That'll be so much fun.
Just talking on the headset, pretending to play. And you guys actually playing. Or me playing and dying every couple seconds. That'd be fun. But like talking trash like I'm actually good. And then so when the other people kill them, they're just like, who the hell? Like, yeah. Well, I'm a level 28 back on my home planet. Hey, how about this Act 3 where they're what are you froze?
No. I was looking at the screen to see if I could be so still that you couldn't tell.
I couldn't. I thought Mr. Freeze got
tell.
Oh, Mr. Freeze. She's alive. Yes. Wife's alive. He's going to get to...
Burn in hell.
So he's going to go to the asylum, but be given his lab to work. But also he's Poison Ivy's cellmate.
Yeah. And why does he have his suit on?
Yeah, and what's he going to...
Does he have the freedom? I think they let him because he's kind of an ally at this point.
What's he going to do to her? Why is she so... I mean, what is she going to do?
All right.
What's he going to do to her?
I don't know. He doesn't have a freeze ray. He doesn't have any weapons. He doesn't have anything. He's only got his arms and hands.
He's just going to punt her all day.
He is an Olympic athlete. The story. In the story. But here's the thing. This doesn't... Like when Bruce finds out that he had cured McGregor syndrome, stage 1, and they find out that Alfred has McGregor syndrome, at that point he should not be trying to have conflict with Mr. Freeze. He should be trying to be an ally. He should be trying to reach out and say, Victor, hey, you don't need to do this. We can provide you with some funding. We can help you and your wife because now I have a personal stake in you finding this discovery. And I need to get the McGregor syndrome cure for Alfred. So now I want to be your friend and we can help you find a cure for your wife, and not just your wife, but some other people who have the same disease. Why couldn't that be a theme? It doesn't make sense for him to not, like when he first sees him, whoa, Mr. Freeze.
Not even try.
Victor, stop. I'm not going to fight you. Let's talk.
I wouldn't want to fight me neither.
And then, and then he could go, you killed my wife. You've made her die or whatever. Yes, that's what killing you means.
Listen, I have this 4K video from my belt loop
on my little
camera.
bat device. And
Check this out.
It was filmed like it was in a movie, too.
Yeah, look at this. She did it.
Did what?
Pulled the plug. So they're buddies.
That's how that should have ended up.
Yeah, and how long has he had this cure?
And way more in line with
walking around
Batman
with it?
would do.
Yeah, but he's just walking around with this on his wrist. How long has he had this?
I know. That's what I got you. Turns out it was just some blue liquid.
No, it's that water from the water boy from that glacier in Alaska.
I got you, Batman. It was just antifreeze.
Oh my gosh. He should have said that. The secret ingredient was antifreeze. I got it from the Batmobile. And your bad boy, his motorcycle.
Did you notice that they went? Okay, this is earlier in Act 2, but when when they arrest Freeze, first of all, when he takes his cape off of him, he looks like he's a corpse. Mr. Freeze looks dead.
Yeah. Then
laying
he just,
on the ground.
Stand over him like,
no, he looks like Buzz Lightyear after he falls off the stairs.
I will go freezing no more. No, it can't be true. I can freeze if I wanted to. I can shoot my gun. I can use ice puns. I can freeze. My audio setup is causing echo. Click here to get help. Nah.
But, no. And then second of all, when they're bringing him into Arkham, should have gotten Nigma laughing at least. A sound clip of him laughing.
Maybe they tried and Jim was like,
cool.
I'm not coming back. I'm not doing anything.
And he's too busy making Ace Ventura 2 or
Probably.
whatever. But they should have... it was funny how they had him in a refrigerator with the freezer door open.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wow.
Hold on. My ears need to break from these headphones for a sec.
Yeah, my
so
ears
I
a
can't
little
hear you.
hurt. My ears hurt a little bit too.
What? Yeah. Okay.
My ears
but I'm
hurt
back.
a little bit.
I'm back.
But
Yeah, this movie, it ends.
What do you like about the final act here with the battle? The final battle. Do you like how they show up?
I didn't. Any of it.
I thought it was a little goofy how when they okay, first of all, set design for the Turkish baths, really cool.
I guess.
Really like the set, really like Mr. Freeze's little room. You know what it looked like? It looked like a location from one of the Arkham games.
Yeah, it did.
Or
Yes,
a
it did,
Batman
didn't
video
it?
game.
Yeah, it did. Good call on that.
With the way the art is. But in a film, it kind of just looks a little goofy.
Yes.
But I still appreciate the huge Herculean effort in the set designs. And I'll say, what Joel Schumacher sure does love, or in FX heavy movies from the 90s, they sure love the static, electric particle effects that come shooting off of every single explosion.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? How it looks like they're
Power
grinding
Rangers
a saw
effect?
blade. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's what they had to show that something was breaking.
Right.
I didn't. How about the line in the delivery? Anybody know, or well, I don't know, the hack in the computer, and then Robin's like, "I'm on it," and then she's like, "No, I'm on it, little boy," or what? He calls her little girl.
He calls her little girl, and I was like, "What?"
I can do it, little boy, or something. And it's like, guys, do we have to do this? It was established very quickly that she could hack a password. So, come on, let her try.
There's a lot of one-liners between her and Poison Ivy, too. Where she's like,
and none of them
you're
are
about
good.
to be compost. And then there's another one where...
curses! Sounds like...
curses. And then
sounds
the
like
scream.
Jesse or James from Pokemon.
Team Rocket's blasting off again.
Oh! Curses!
You see, if we just learned a lot... Wow.
All right,
That
water
was-
boy. My mama says that if we just learn to love each other, then maybe
trying to
the
do
Pokemon
Meowth.
will love each other too.
Jesse! James!
I don't think he has a lisp.
Oh, no!
Again, that's Waterboy, dude.
No. If we all just learn to love each other. See, that was Adam Sandler.
Now
again.
you're doing Michael Scott doing Mike Tyson. This is Mike Tyson.
Colin.
This is Michael Jackson. my mama said that if you freeze the planet, then you can't grow any plants.
Have you seen Mike Tyson Mysteries?
No, what is that?
Oh, you'd laugh your butt off.
Send
It's
something to
basically-
me.
It's I will. It's an animated show on Adult Swim. It was on Adult Swim. It's discontinued now, but it's basically Scooby-Doo, but with Mike Tyson as himself, and Norm Macdonald plays a pigeon that talks.
That would make sense.
It's hilarious. It's so funny.
I might look that up.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyway, we
This
keep
movie
getting
wraps
distracted.
up because there's better
Yeah,
things to talk
mean,
about than this awful movie.
I think it would be better if Alfred died at the end.
I don't. I'm glad he didn't. I can't handle that. That'd be
But
them
this
trying
movie-
too hard.
If Alfred died at the end, it wouldn't quite fit the happier or the goofy tone of the movie. So I can see that. I can see why they didn't do that.
loves me now. He loves me. He loves me now. He loves me.
Not. Surprise. I am your new cellmate. And I've come to make your life a living hell. Prepare for a bitter harvest. Winter has come at last.
I also forgot, somehow, because this movie is so forgettable, I forgot that Poison Ivy doesn't die in that big plant.
So did I.
Because she's back she's in the prison cell.
Yeah, and she's like, leave Peter alone.
Yikes. And he's like,
but
who's Peter? And she's like, no, I said Peter, not Peter. I don't care about that organization.
Make your life a living hell.
No ice pun there? Well,
I think he says something. I just can't remember. But I don't think part of the contract was you get to murder Poison Ivy.
No. He just gets to make her cold.
Here's the deal.
Allow me.
You're going to help me with my research.
To break the ice. You've already used that one. Damn it! I guess I've gone cold.
No, you missed one from earlier. My heart has gone cold to your pleas of mercy. No, you hear how he says that? Mercy?
Kind of like bread boy. And,
please have mercy. Mercy?
Oh, yeah, that part. And then he freezes. Yeah, the cop. Yes. Oof. It's almost as good as his delivery of, Trouble Man.
Man, that really had a bomb? It's a sick world we're living in. Sick!
I pick you, Jamie. You.
Jamie.
You don't know that's your dad? How do you know that's your dad?
Thanks, Dad.
This movie is so bad, we're talking about other bad movies. You want to talk about The Room next?
No, I don't think I want to, Mark. I think I want to talk Batman and Robin.
Okay. You know, if the world
spiders can change their
frozen,
color,
it would be a better place to live. Mother Earth, I did not poison him. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not kiss her. I did not.
Poison.
Oh, hi, Dick.
Plastic lips are no match for rubber lips. Which I'm not buying it.
No, I'm not either. I wouldn't waste my money.
Are immune. It was kind of cool how they put on like fake rubber on their mouths, pretty indistinguishable.
Yeah, I was trying to look for it because I knew it was coming. I'm like, can you tell?
I was too. And then I like how they cut from earlier where he's like, you need to trust me this time, Robin. And it's like, well, Batman, you didn't earn that trust. Just because you threw a line at him from the last movie doesn't mean that this conflict is resolved. Like,
how about...
That was bad.
Bruce.
That was bad.
You almost killed me by cutting my engine, and now you want me to trust you? F that.
But the gays, la-ah.
That was a funny episode. Just so, for context, Christian is not saying he's against gay people.
No.
That was from another episode.
No.
Where a different character we were making fun of.
Yeah.
So just there. So that's not out of context.
No.
The plants.
Joel,
That's
like, you sounded like Uncle Lewis. They want you to be gay.
They want you to freeze the city.
Yeah. What?
They want you to kiss Robin with poison.
Oh.
That's what she sounds like? Herbert the pervert from Family Guy?
No.
Oh, he just wants me to kiss him. I can do that.
Archie. Oh, no. That's from All in the Family, for you old school fans out there who are listening.
If there are.
You guys know that.
Yeah, probably in Texas. I know we have them in Tennessee, too. Probably in Texas.
Texas,
yeah. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you one question here. What, and I'm actually asking, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. The Iceman cometh. They should do a cut of somebody do an impression, a good one, better than I. Like Frank Caliendo doing George Bush saying the ice puns from this movie.
Oh, we should TikTok.
Sure.
Request that.
Sure.
But what about Act 3 before we get into our wrap-up section here? Act 3, what else are we missing in Act 3? I do like the scene where they approach the telescope building.
Like with their new
which
outfits?
By itself,
where do they have those?
I don't know.
Did they go all the way back home?
They went all the way to Wayne Manor.
We forgot our new outfits.
Into their snow gear.
It's what Alfred would want. He worked really hard on these.
Yeah. He 3D printed them last night.
You can tell it almost looked like Barbara did not like wearing that cowl because the way she took it off. And like her face, she was very good. Ugh. No, I'm glad she took it off. Not that her outfit's good, but it's still much better without that thing.
Right.
And she like tosses, like she looks out. It looks like she broke character and took it off, and then her face is just like, why would they have me wear this? And they left it in. I don't know. Could have been.
I do straight out of the 60s show when they're like approaching in their vehicles. Like you get whatever Batman's in. I don't know what that is. You get
tumbler.
The motorcycle that Barbara's riding, and you get some hovercraft that Robin's in.
Because ice.
Totally 60s Batman.
Did they put snow tires?
The way that was shot.
They put snow tires on her bike? Put some chains in there?
I hope so.
Because the city's frozen. People are dying because I'm freezing them. It's been more than 11 minutes. I've been counting down on my ice watch.
This is the scene where Bruce, all right, hold on. Grab my belt.
I have places to be, so if you could do this quickly, that would be great.
They're falling to their death. Grab my belt.
Wait. What do you mean, wait? We're falling to our death. Hang on. I'll be
Freeze,
there.
You're a maniac. This rocket will make Gotham, you'll kill thousands of people. It's like,
and then Robin,
I just did a George Clooney right there.
Why didn't you try to save us? And he's like, shit.
You got me.
I didn't want
to.
to
Stop. Freeze.
I had to get back up. You know what it was? I knew you guys
could take care of yourself.
I knew that.
You finally proved yourself to me.
You forgot about us. I forgot about you. Yeah, I did.
You had to save obnoxious scientist.
Oh, okay, so you're choosing them over me? You know what? This is so typical Bruce. You saving other people before saving your partner. And what about Barbara? She's new here. You're going to not save her? You're going to knock her out of the window too? Unbelievable, Bruce.
You're going to knock her out of the window too?
Yeah, I don't know. Toy Story Steve.
Why don't you trust me? Storms off, walks off the ledge, and hoo-wee.
And then he's zip, zip. Thanks.
Oh yeah, we got to show the shot of the grappling hook though.
Wrapping around his leg, cutting it off. Whoops.
Ooh. Ooh.
And then Mr. Freeze is like, yes, this is my opportunity. Robin, bad boy, just put some ice on it and elevate it. You're going to need an ice pack. Just put the leg on ice.
Yeah. All right. All right. I don't know what else to say.
Nothing.
Other
Play us
than
out. I had a lot
What
more
did you
fun
think?
talking about the movie than watching it.
Yes.
That's my final
Yes.
thoughts. This movie is bad. I hated having to watch it, but we did it for you guys. And we will never... Honestly, if we lose this recording, I don't care.
Oh.
We're doing the wrap-up
no,
of the
you
other
do
3
care.
movies. I'm
You
not
care.
re-recording this. I'm not talking about this movie ever again until the wrap-up. When we talk about our 3 worst moments, which all come from this.
Oh,
Probably. Like the
don't
first
know
10
about
minutes of
that.
this. No, I don't know. I'll
man.
try to... I don't know. Anyway, yeah, play us out, because...
Well, I'll give my last kind of thoughts
oh,
on
yeah,
this.
sure.
I have a lot of nostalgic memory for this movie. I loved it when I was a kid. Like I said, I had the little Batman figure. It's certainly not as deep as Batman Forever, which wasn't really that deep either, but it still had some serious themes in it. This one's main themes are like family. Has a main theme about family. And you
Death,
kind of get that.
sickness.
But it doesn't find a good balance between telling those two storylines about Alfred and Batman, Alfred and Bruce, and Bruce and Bruce Batman and Dick and Robin. Like that's the Dick and Robin. I'm sorry.
I thought he was actually kind of into Barbara.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes.
They needed to focus more on that emotional aspect to add some more connection to the movie. But you do get some good scenes, like between Bruce and Alfred with the "I love you" and
I love
old
you.
man, I love you too.
What if Barbara just came in? I love you, Uncle Alfred.
And you get the
Damn it, Barbara. I was actually going to tell you I loved you, but she kind of ruined the moment for me. But who produced this movie?
we're all family here.
Who produced this movie?
Line. But
Just chuckle. I didn't write anything here.
okay, here's something that should have been different in the beginning. You see, they have this whole theme of Batman not being able to trust Robin. But at the very beginning of the movie, the first action sequence, he says, "You get the diamond, I'll get the man. You get the ice, I'll get the ice man." You know,
Oh, yeah,
Batman's going after Mr. Freeze. Robin's going after the diamond and the other Icemen, the cronies. Robin does his job right.
Sure does.
He gets the diamond. He gets the job done. He gets his stuff. He's like, "I did mine. Where's yours?" When he meets up with Batman again. Batman's the one who hasn't done his thing yet. And then Batman's the one that gets stuck on the rocket and frozen to the wall.
Yeah.
It's Robin that's on the outside having to rescue him.
He should have played that card.
They should have finished the scene out to kind of set this motif throughout the movie of the conflict between Robin and Batman, and kind of like who maybe kind of establishing this idea of trust between the two, having, instead of Robin getting frozen because he does an Anakin and runs after Mr. Freeze, like, "I'll get him now, I'll take him now," and he gets frozen.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, it should have been Batman that gets frozen. Because the whole scene, Robin was doing his part. And he even helps.
He did the thing.
Yeah. He saves Batman on the rocket. So to finish the scene out, it should have been Batman getting frozen by Mr. Freeze, and then Robin being there to help unfreeze him, so that he kind of established, okay, Batman still doesn't trust Robin even though he just saved his life twice.
Yep.
Like, to kind of, maybe he's jealous, maybe he can't accept the fact that he's getting older, and maybe he's not performing well as Batman as well as he used to.
Couldn't do it.
And it's just showing, hey, Robin does have what it takes to be your partner, and you need to start thinking of him that way, kind of being pig-headed and arrogant. Like, he's talking to Alfred, like, "Am I pig-headed? Am I like a control freak or whatever?" He's like, "Well, yes, ever since your parents died, you've been trying to control the fates." And
Yeah, you can't do it.
Just like how everyone's fated to die, and you, like Batman, you're trying to master death, and nobody can. Like, and that was kind of a good moment, too, because Alfred, as you know, is dying.
As you know.
And he's kind of accepting it.
Yes.
He's like, nobody can. And it's kind of a philosophical nugget of an idea within the movie that doesn't get grown upon. And it's kind of a shame. And then we cut back to the silly antics of Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy.
And then we get Bruce with Alfred dying, and he goes, hey, I know this is a bad time, but there are some dishes in the sink, and...
Alfred,
what's for dinner?
I know
There's
that
somebody at the door. Do you think you could... Before you're not going to die now, right?
Alfred, we're out of... All right. No, he says, all right, Alfred. Well, good night. I hope you feel better. And then you sit on Alfred for a minute, and you hear a... Alfred, we're out of toilet paper.
Alfred, can you come wipe my butt? Have Master Dick do it.
Oh, Bruce, I'm so sorry. I must have fallen asleep. Well, this is only the first time this has happened in 30 years. I forgot to wipe my butt.
Have Master Dick do it. I'm dying, remember? Oh, yeah, but he's not as gentle as you are. He pushes too hard. I had to put cream on it. No, you had to put cream on it last time, remember? You use the soft toilet paper. He uses paper towel.
He uses the Charmin Ultra Soft.
He uses
Robin,
the paper
he got
towel.
the wrong kind. He got the hard version.
You know that stuff that you can see through, but it's counted as toilet paper? He uses that, and I don't even know where we got it because I don't know how to get groceries at all anyway. So maybe when you're not dying, you could get groceries. Remember that one time at Christmas when you got groceries? With the penguin? I'm feeling like a different man then, Alfred. Because, recast.
It's almost like I was a totally different person.
I have no memory of that.
I do think George Clooney is closer to Michael Keaton than Val Kilmer ever was.
Yeah, but Val Kilmer is better than both of them, in my opinion.
I agree.
As Batman.
I agree. And Joel's like, oh, how dare you say that about Michael Keaton?
Fuck right off. I'll never be on another show as long as I live.
We didn't even talk about Vivica A. Fox. She's in the movie for one scene.
Yep, she's in it. So you want to wrap us up?
One scene. And if he's so in love with his wife, why does he have a half-naked Vivica A. Fox hanging around his
he didn't seem like he
ice
liked
cream
her.
parlor?
She's hanging out there unwanted.
And she's like, talk about your cold shoulder.
If you ever need someone to melt your icicle.
Oh, well, I don't think you want to melt that.
No. It just disappears. Where did it go?
I wrote oh no, it's inside of me.
It melted off. What did you do with it?
Get away.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Do you want to play us out?
Well, you know what else is funny? Why didn't he just sell the diamonds?
Well, he needs them to power his suit.
Well, I know, but his whole entire plan is to hold the Gotham City ransom for billions of dollars to finance his research.
Yeah.
But why don't you just sell the diamonds?
Because if he sells his diamonds,
worth more than billions.
He'll die. He needs those. You see a close-up of him putting them in the little container.
I think it's silly how that works, too. He should have like kind of an arc reactor Iron Man sort of thing where you pop a diamond in rather than just popping little diamonds in your suit like pills in your little wrist hole.
That's all he could get his hands on.
But, yeah, I wrote that 2 years ago. Why doesn't he just sell the diamonds?
Because that's too convenient.
Because I just don't like it. He's not a crazy wacko, as Chase Meridian would say.
Yeah, he's not. You're right.
He's a smart scientist. He's a rational person, but yet he's dressing up in this suit. He's got goons wearing skull shoulder pads. And
where's he getting the funding?
Dinner.
You know, if he didn't buy and employ if he didn't employ all those people that are useless and buy them all those expensive-looking uniforms and hockey gear, he might be able to fund his research, but he's spending it on his freeze guns and his setups and his vehicle. Also, you know what we didn't mention one time? All of a sudden, Bruce has a girlfriend.
Oh,
that we never have met before.
Oh, that's a huge thing, too. We're just going to forget about Chase Meridian.
Yep.
We're going to forget about the fact that he's making out with her, and he says, "Oh, Ivy." And she says, "Who's Ivy? You just called me Ivy." First of all, that would be the end of that relationship right then and there. Number one.
But they're like engaged?
Unless she realizes that we're talking about Bruce Wayne and he's kissed a lot of women in his life because he's a playboy.
Or her pheromones.
She's like, "Oh, I get it. This is Bruce. This is just, oh, Bruce, that's him."
Bruce, call me the wrong name in bed again.
Yeah, exactly. That would be the end of it.
But why? She's just there. They're in a relationship, and we find out from Gossip Gertie that they've been dating for a while.
And then the whole time during their dinner, he's like this.
And they don't even look like they like each other. Christian is making faces.
I'm doing the George Clooney smirk that he does the entire movie.
She wants to kill you, dick.
Movie. And then at the party, they make his girlfriend sound silly because she was at the launch thing of the telescope where they explained how the satellites worked.
Yeah, the launch party.
And then later on, she's like, Bruce, come on, let's go. Show me how the satellites work. It's like,
that's code attention? For let's go bone. No, she wasn't paying attention. She wants the bat peen.
It's like that Roman commercial. Why don't you show me how those telescopes work? Show me how the satellites work, Bruce. Oh, those satellites.
Oh, my balls? Yeah, no, I can show you those real quick right now.
They're called satellites because they're so big and they orbit the Earth.
Jeez, Pete, play us out on that note.
Okay. That's the end of it. All right. This has been another fun episode of Sequelman the podcast. It's been really fun here. We've had a lot of mischief on this one. But this is it. We come to an end of another episode. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Sequelman the podcast, the Batman and Robin edition. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoy all of our episodes, all of which you can listen back to on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcast, and Podbean, and Pandora. Podbean's our host site, so check them out too. But check this out.
Listen to this. Ow! That speak pipe thing Christian's always talking about, that's still out there if you want to leave a thing. I haven't checked it. I don't know how you check it. I don't know if you have it, but
I haven't checked it in forever either because every time I check it, there's nothing.
Yeah.
So please,
do that.
Don't need to sound desperate.
And hey, send us an email if you want. sequelmen19@gmail.com. Instagram at Sequelman the podcast. Twitter isn't a thing right now. Facebook, you can like us on Facebook. Give us a little recommendation, like a rating on there. And Spotify has a rating system now that you can do up to like a 5-star thing, so you can review us there. That would be helpful. We'd appreciate that.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you anyway. All the downloads we're getting. We have a good number, so we're appreciating all you guys. We'd like it even better.
Threshold.
We'd like it even better if you interacted, dropped a review on Apple Podcasts. That would help us get noticed a little better. So find us there, write a review. I'll read that review and 5-star that shit. Okay? Cool.
Also, yeah, I second him on that. Please leave us some reviews. The more reviews you write, the more positive they are on our Facebook page, on our pages on Podbean, all that. Apple Podcasts. Write us a review.
Post a thing on Facebook, on our page.
Yeah.
Dropping in.
Tag us.
Tell us what you like. Some funny stuff that you like.
Help spread the word.
Yeah, that too. That's the most important thing you can do is just tell people.
We want the podcast to grow. And we be able to do that, we very much appreciate some reviews and some viral.
But at the very least, tell
exposure.
People. Tell people. Hey, I got this funny podcast.
Tell
it's
your
kind of dumb, but
tell
it's
your
kind of
kids.
funny. Yeah. Cool.
All right. And with that, guess what, Spencer?
What?
There's an R. Kelly song in this movie.
Is it called Golden Frozen Shower?
No. Oh. It's called Gotham City.
Wow.
And the lyrics are like, Gotham City,
and that's
City of Love. And I was like, I don't think that's Gotham.
Pass.
And I was like, it's playing right now, actually. But with that, we're going to close it out. We're going to close out the episode here. We can't wait until the next one.
That's right, Joel. Christian. Because here at Sequel Men, the podcast, all films are created sequel. Take care. Hey.
Nothing
hopefully,
so much you and you.
I hope people enjoy the podcast about this movie more than the actual movie, because I know I did. It's way more fun to hear people trash the movie than actually just watch the movie. And now we're done. We don't have to watch it ever again.
It sometimes is. But watch the Nostalgia Critic review of this and Batman Forever.
Maybe I will. I think I watched the honest trailers. If there are some, I probably watched them.
Nostalgia Critic reviews are very funny.
Yeah, you know what else is funny? The Ice Age!
Oh, we're done.